Amanda Ribas versus Maycee Barber. The future. The
Going
future.
into this, going into this card, if you would have told me this was the potential for fight of the night, I would have been like, "What are you talking about?"
What are you smoking?
But this was a Just Bleed Gods. Like this is a tribute to the Just Bleed Gods. This was
Oh
insane.
yeah, man.
I did
This
not
is a
expect this.
different Maycee Barber than I've seen, dude.
as I
Okay, so
as I switched to a
on my
picture for getting hit. But
on
you're
my
right.
notes, I put down because Maycee likes to get up and close and dirty, clinch you up against the
Mhm.
fence, grind you up against the fence for a long time, land a couple shots on the exit, get back up in the clinch. She's done that over and over and over again. And Will, how many times have we seen this? Right? They separate Maycee from 4 feet away, throwing punches, throws a kick from 4 feet away, right?
Yeah.
Not this time.
No.
Not this time. She said, "Oh, you got that Brazilian phone booth? I don't know if they still have them or not. But still, hey, let's get up in there and let's throw some blows." And dude, I was very impressed with Maycee Barber in this fight.
Yeah. Omar says a title eliminator for the Simp Prospect belt. Yeah, seriously. But yeah, I've never been too high on Macy Barber. But she did look like she improved drastically in this fight. And I thought
Yes.
Amanda Hebus had a good game plan of just swarming her and giving her the pressure because the first half of that first round, it was all Amanda Hebus swarming her on the fence like this and just putting it on her. But uh, eventually Macy started throwing some bombs. And the downside of that game plan is if you're smothering her, she's not whiffing anymore. She's not striking 3 feet away. You're putting yourself in the range for her to throw those bombs and start connecting with them. You know,
Yep.
and she's really started connecting with them. Uh, her work with her back against the fence in this fight looked so good, and it's not something that she's showcased before. Her punches look sharp. Um, her timing looked fantastic. Yeah,
Yep.
she just looked really good. Her defensive grappling looked good as well.
Now,
You know,
Will,
yeah,
I'm a Team Alpha Male guy.
uh-huh.
Man, the coaching from Danny Castillo recently. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. I'm not a huge fan, man, and I'm a fan of Danny Castillo, the
In the main
fighter,
event.
but like, yeah. Oh, and dude, the advice he gave him. Don't get me wrong. In the fifth round, where he told him, "Hey, bite down
Oh,
on your
fantastic.
mouthpiece,
That
come
was
out and
awesome.
throw bombs." That was awesome.
Yeah.
But then, like,
A little too
so
late though.
it's yes.
You
Hebus
shouldn't have to get
versus
to that
Barber,
point.
right? And Hebus, they're closing the distance. They're getting closer. You hear Castillo yell out, "Here it comes! She's about to throw that jab. Here it comes!"
Oh my
Hebus
god, dude. I know
throws
exactly what you're
Hebus
talking
throws a
about.
front kick, and he goes, "There it is!" And I'm like, "Dude, that's not a
Dude.
jab. That was a front kick." And then he goes, "Here it comes again! Here it comes again!" Hebus throws a straight right, and he goes, "There it is!" And I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
you're telling
And
her
then
here comes the jab. Neither of those
and,
were a jab."
and then after both of those, I
Ugh.
was listening thinking the same exact thing. After both of those, he goes, every time she enters, she starts it with the jab. And it's like, what
She's mixed it up.
are you're just saying things now. You're just saying things to
I
say
was so
things.
frustrated. And dude, can
Shout
you
out
imagine
G. Oh,
being
there it
Barber?
is.
Yeah. Can you imagine being Maycee Barber, dude? She's like, "All right, coach is saying here comes a jab, kick to the
Here,
face." He's just like,
I'll
"All
get
right,
ready
all
to
right. Maybe it
slip
was just
this
that one.
way.
Maybe it was just that one. Here it comes again, straight right." I'd be like, "What's going on right now?" You know
Yeah.
what? Let me just block out all that noise and just fight. How about
Dude,
that?
I'm so glad you brought that up because I also heard that and I was like but I would have totally forgot to bring that up because that was
There it is.
yeah, and they have him on camera too during it. Like, come
Oh,
on,
is that
man.
when it was the coach's cam? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was so
Watch the
frustrated
jab.
for Barber.
Watch for the jab. Front kick to the body. It's like
So
he's like,
there
nah,
it is.
I told
But
you.
the picture you have up right now. By the way, anybody
Yeah.
that's just listening, not watching YouTube, on YouTube we actually show some images to kind of help us explain what we're talking about. But when
Yeah.
Hebus goes for the leg lock and the freaking
Dude, you
hammer
gotta bail.
fist and you have to build. This is such a vulnerable position. She held on way too long, and Barber just bombed her, man, with those right hands over and over and over again. That was the beginning of the end.
That was the beginning of the end. She rolled for the knee bar. She tried to switch legs eventually on it, and she was just getting blasted. Then they got back up. When they got back up, Maycee Barber started throwing this high kick, and man, Amanda's style is so interesting because she's like doing this the whole time, like in your face. Her hands are
And
way
she
out
jumps
here.
up when she backs up.
Yeah, and it's just it's a good style if you're halfway through a fight and you're Marab, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And the other person is completely gassed. But if they're still able to throw shots down the middle and you're out here with your hands like this, it's, it's tough, man. It's real tough. And she got
Drunken
blasted
monkey.
with the kicks. Yeah, she got blasted with the kicks, and then the shots. I mean, she just got put down. And and we're used to seeing Maycee Barber have power, right? Like fight ending power.
Yeah.
But it's usually her throwing massive looping rock on a rope type swings, you know. But not in this fight. She seemed very composed and very much
Yeah.
tightened. Um,
And the
like I
killer
said,
instinct, dude. When she hurt her,
hmm oh yeah,
she was all over her
the
after that
finish was
with
on.
solid
Yeah,
combos. You know, she
hmm
wasn't throwing all wild, man. That right
no,
hand that you had up there. But you know what? I think she realized in this fight, I might have to take some damage, deliver some damage. Because
which is
in the
fine.
last fights, like I
Yeah,
said, we didn't see that killer instinct.
no, and it's one of the most frustrating things in the world watching someone throw these strikes. They're hitting the kya every time they throw it, but they're fucking a mile away. You know,
Yeah.
it's very frustrating. Game plan for Ribas seemed very good going into it, and she was having a lot of success with it. Maybe, maybe that's why Maycee looked so good, though. Maybe that game plan
Maybe.
fell right into her style, and it closed that gap for her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
She didn't have a choice.
Um, yeah, exactly. Um, her next fight, if she fights somebody who's more of like a point fighter and is fighting from the outside, I'd be interested to see if she still looks this good. You know what I mean?
And
That's like the next question for me.
was that Amanda Hebus jumping over to
Yeah.
flyweight?
hmm
Was it her debut or no? I can't remember.
I don't remember. It might have been her debut. Might have been her
But
second
either
fight
way,
there. I
Hebus
got the
was ranked
slideshow up, so I
ninth.
can't look.
He
Hebus was ranked
was
ninth.
ranked ninth. So Maycee Barber should be jumping up there. And in front of Maycee
What
Barber,
was
you have a
Macy?
Jennifer.
Was she ranked?
Maycee Barber 11th, ranked
11th.
11th.
Okay.
Yeah,
What a division
yeah.
then.
In front now, number 8, you have Jennifer Maya, Lauren Murphy, Caitlin Kermanara. I don't even remember her name. Jessica Andrade, Erin Blanchfield, Tyler Santos, Mano Fiorot. By the way, we have
Fighting
Mano
Thug
Fiorot that's
Rose.
gonna be fighting Thug Rose. Thug Rose like, you know what? I
I don't
just
want to
want
weight
an
cut anymore.
easy W. You know, let me just go over to the flyweight division.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also if she beats Manon, she probably gets a title shot. So
True, very true, very true. All right, you want to move on to the next one?